So this video is regarding setting up and looking, you know, checking the information or doing the recon on Zenmap. Okay, I have a basic topology on Zenmap on the GNS3. One PC is connected to the router, and always write the IP addresses. It makes your life much easier. So these are the IP addresses I have on the PC and on the router. Okay, and this is how they are connected: fast Ethernet 00 and Ethernet 0. Now I have successfully I'm able to ping from the router to the Kali machine, as well as from the Kali to the router. I can ping it successfully. Okay, now let's take a look and do the recon. So by default, the Telnet port is open on the router, but anyway, let's have a look. If we target the router, which in my case is 10.10.1, and I run the scan, it takes a while, so let's wait for the results. You can always already see, while it is still going on, that the port 23 is open. Okay, so this is giving you a proof enough that there is a vulnerability. There is a port which is Telnet, which is open, and Telnet should not be open. Once the scan is finished, you can verify from this line as well. Okay, now if you want to disable the Telnet, you have a command given already in your instructions, that you can actually go to the line VTY 0 to 4, all the lines, and you can here mention transport input none. This will actually enforce that none of the ports are actually open. Okay, so hopefully we don't need a reset. Let's take a look at that and scan it again. And let's wait for the scan to complete. Once I complete it, you can already see that, initially there was 423 showing up, which is not showing there anymore. But let's not conclude. Let's wait for it to finish. Now once it is finished, you will see it doesn't show you that port anymore, right? So this means your port, which was by default open, the Telnet port 23, is not open anymore. Okay, now further hardening the security, what you do is you enable SSH. Let's go and set up the SSH, for example. So I will only enable this for SSH. All right, and since we don't have we did not configure it, let's configure the SSH completely. So we need to actually give the domain name, and let's give it a typical domain name. You need a username. Let's call it admin. Password, let's keep it simple. All right, and let's set up the crypto keys. Okay, once that is done, you see the SSH is enabled by default version 2, and everything is good. Now if we go back and do the scan, it should come back up with the SSH port open. Okay, so let's wait for the scan to finish, and you can already see there is SSH port showing up. It is discovered. Let's wait for the scan to complete. Okay, once the scan is complete, you can scroll up and node down and see that SSH is open. So this verifies that yes, SSH is open, right? Okay, now finally what we need to do, we need to close this SSH as well. So how do we do that is crypto key, and we'd say 0 eyes, okay, RSA. And do you want to remove these keys? Yes. So we are actually removing SSH altogether, and that should clear up SSH as well. Now let's go back and do the scans, and the port 22 which was showing open should not show open at the moment. Okay, so let's wait for this to complete. All right, now that the scan is complete, you can see, and if I go to the ports also, you can see there are no ports here. All right, so this is all the verification that the ports are closed. By the way, when you run the scan and scan is complete, you can go to the ports also and see which ports are open. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much for watching.